Hello, YouTuberinos, it's me. And as you can see from the background, there's still a ceiling fan, and there's still pictures and nice things in the background. And on this side, to the right side of me, is a big picture window, and it's very bright up here. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm in a different setting. I am actually 2,500 miles, 2,200 miles away from Tacoma. I'm actually in Maryland. I'm at my sister's home. It's a long story. I did a bunch of videos last night. Actually, I started a little too late. And I tried to do them down in my room, and it was just too dark. And I looked like the creature from the Black Lagoon or something. And the reason I wanted to do them down there was because I had started so late. And I knew as soon as I got set up, got the camera set up, got everything set up. I had to tilt this a little bit like that. Yeah, that's my good side. That as soon as I got started, someone would come in. I didn't want to be disturbed, so I waited till today, till everyone's gone. I don't have the luxury of living alone anymore. So I have to do things, around other people's schedule, but that's all right though. At least I'm getting it done. Yeah, well, but I did a bunch of videos yesterday, and I didn't like them. It was too dark, and I looked tired, and I just was rambling. I don't know. I don't know. It just wasn't. Or maybe it was the subject matter. I don't know. So what ended up happening is this. I um I had to move out of my apartment. I know I was talking about that on the 15th, February the 15th. I had to be out by then. And the lease and all that crap. And I stayed in a hotel for a couple of weeks. Oh, let me back up. On the 5th of February, the guy at the Fleetwood Apartments told me that it was only going to be a matter of weeks, 2 weeks. That was the 5th of February. So I figured, good, I'll move out on the 15th. Well, actually, I moved out on Valentine's Day. And Drew helped me. You hear me talk about Drew all the time. Drew helped me. And we got the stuff in storage, and we got the stuff I was going to take to the hotel with me. We did all that. Got to the hotel. But then there was some other problem. I don't know, with the apartment, blah, 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 blah. So I got in contact with my son, and he said, well, Mom, you can't, stay in the hotel unlimited amount of time. You can't stay in the hotel. So what are we going to do? And I just said, that was the next time he suggested coming back here. And I just, it was nothing I could do. I couldn't stay in a hotel indefinitely. And they were playing games as they always did. And that was one of the things I spoke on last night. I want to kind of go by um, what I did last night, but it was absolutely, I couldn't have uploaded that. It was absolutely terrible. So let me see. But I wrote everything down. Programs. I don't even know what that means. But I will tell you this. Um, well, before I start all that crap, I saw my mom, and she actually looked really good. She really looked good. I don't know what I expected, but she looked really good. And we went to the place where she lives, in the assisted living place. And my sister and I went up on the elevator, and I told her, I said, well, don't, because she didn't know I was back. I told my sister not to tell her I was coming because, I didn't want her looking out the window every 5 minutes or whatever. So um, I'm hiding behind when we would go up on the elevator. I told my sister to go into my mom's room and tell her that, she had a surprise and I was going to walk in. But when we got off the elevator, she was sitting in the common room or whatever the devil they call it, and was watching TV or something. And so I'm hiding behind my sister. It's like a giraffe trying to hide behind a guinea pig or something, because she's shorter than me, and I'm like trying to hide behind her. And so my sister said, well, close your eyes. And my mom closed her eyes, and I popped up from behind her and I said, "Hey, open your eyes," like that. And she opened her eyes. She was so happy. She was so happy. "Oh, don't ever leave me again, blah, blah, blah," whatever. Yeah, you say that now. Well, a week later, I'll be on your nerves. But it was really good to see her. And she was very alert and she knew things. My sister and I, since I've been back here, I got here February 28th because I took the bus. There were several reasons for that, but I'll let's tell you all that in a minute. Um, so it took me a while. I actually left on the 23rd, I want to say, something like that. And I didn't get here till the 20, like 4:20 in the morning on that Saturday morning, whatever it was. I don't remember the exact dates, and that's not really important. But we just been sitting up talking, and talking about, remember this, remember that, remember this, remember that. And we couldn't remember this one woman's name. We couldn't remember her name. She was one of our let me switch to ceiling. See, isn't that ceiling fan? See, we both like ceiling fans. You can tell that. Um, she we couldn't remember the name of someone who lived across the street from us. We couldn't remember what her name was, and my mom remembered just like that. But that's what they say, the long-term memory you have, the short-term memory you start to kind of gets a little fuzzy after a while, but that's fine. So it was really good seeing her, and oh, that's that dirt. My sister has this thing. It squirts air freshener like every, I don't know how many minutes, and it makes this weird noise. And every time I hear it, I'm like, like that. But I'm adjusting really well to being back, and some things never change. There goes my eye. Um, One thing, you won't hear me screaming at Zanzibar because he's not here. I had to find him a home, but he is very, very happy. He's with a man that has the money and the finances, and the to take really good care of him like he's supposed to be taken care of. I took him to the vet, made sure he had a checkup, and made sure his shots were up, and fleed him and everything. That was really sad, but this guy has the resources to take care of him. I couldn't bring him with me, and at least it was better. I had him in the hotel with me, and we had a little bit more time together, but it was it's kind of like I equate it to giving a child up for adoption because someone else can do better for the child. I mean, I'm not equating that at any kind of way to that kind of pain, but it was very painful. And but he's in a good place. I get emails, from the guy, and he's, doing well. He's sitting there with his little paws crossed, and he's going into the cabinets, and he's doing all his, usual stuff. And I'm so glad. I made a tape recording, so he won't forget my voice. And I'm really happy he's okay. So when I get my own apartment, I'm not gonna get another pet right away until I'm absolutely settled, as to what where I'm going to be for a while, until I get my home or get a house, or whatever it is I'm going to do. I'm not going to get another pet because it was just too painful. Let's see, all my stuff is in storage. I got to the hotel. I spent Christmas in Christmas. No, I spent my birthday actually at the hotel. Well, actually, I had on that the actual day. I had lawyer's appointment with some stuff. One of the lawyers was looking in. A lawyer was looking into for me. The appointment was actually on my birthday, so I didn't want to reschedule anyway. Because I knew I was pretty much leaving. So I went to the lawyer's appointment, and then my sister had sent me a gift basket, basket for my birthday. And I went back to my old apartment to see if it was there. And because I tried to change the address, but it wouldn't let me do it. So I went back and asked them, and the girl went, "No, no." we haven't, nothing's been delivered. So my mind told me, and the way they have it set up now, you can't go from the office into the apartment building. They redid the whole thing, so you had to come out and go back in. And just luckily, I had kept my key. I had kept my key, and I went back upstairs. I went upstairs to my old apartment to because I wanted to see if they had left a note, or when they try to deliver a package, because she had said everything that was delivered had been delivered already. So I went up to, oh my eyes, see, it wasn't even doing that, but every freaking thing in the world is in bloom as usual. So I went upstairs, and looking, to see to my apartment door to see if they had left a reminder or something, and the box was sitting there. So I took that home, and it was full of, well, I mean, back to the hotel, not home, but it was full of fruit and nuts and salty things and sweet, like, it was just fun. So I came back, I ate that. I think I went out and got something, a treat for myself or something. And well, Drew and Angel had come like 2 days before, something like that. I think my birthday was on Thursday. I think they had come on Tuesday and stayed for a while. We partied for a while, and that was really, that was fun to see them come. I didn't know at the time that was going to be the last time I was going to see Drew until I left, because he was supposed to come back Sunday, take the cat, and help me take some more stuff to the um, storage place. But it ended up he couldn't. So he got stuck up in the mountains. And so what I ended up doing was just kind of going back and forth with my cart, to the storage space and all that stuff. I gave Nancy um, my old computer and my printer, so that she, for helping me out, because she actually was the one that found the home for Zanzibar, because I didn't want to just take him to the shelter, you know. And Drew was supposed to take him, but of course he couldn't. So I'm gonna put my glasses on to see. So um, the trip, actually, I went. Let me see. Oh, embezzling. Okay, I know what that means. Um, I actually, well, I'll tell about the trip later. I want to talk about, before I forget, I want to talk about the VA. They did nothing for me. They did not help me in any kind of way, and I'm going to tag VA when I make this one. I usually don't tag stuff just for shock value, I guess, but I'm definitely going to um, tag this one, because they did nothing for me. The only thing they did, and well, I'll tell you what happened. Yesterday, I get a phone call from some woman that was supposed to be helping me at the time after I had my accident and couldn't move around and everything. She was supposed to be helping me. And instead of helping me, she calls me yesterday. Now that when I got hurt in January, and I told her I got hurt in January, and she said, "Well, last time we talked, it was January, and you were hurt and couldn't go out and couldn't, do your regular things, and you couldn't work. I want to talk to you about it." I almost had a fit. I almost had a fit, because why would you call me? Why would you call me now? It's 4 months from now. I could have been dead. Anything could have happened to me. And they don't care. And I get, yes, no, yesterday, day before yesterday, I got an email. Today is Friday. I got an email from Helen. She don't even deserve Miss anymore, saying that well, there's going to be a job fair. I almost had a fit. I'm like, I know good and doggone well, that I am not there. I'm not there, and haven't been there for going on 2 months. About 6 weeks. I'm not there. You know, and all she did the whole time was talk about God and God and God. I mean, I believe in God, but that's all she did. She did nothing to help me. Clarence actually uh, sent me an email right after I got hurt. I emailed him and I said, it's not that, I'm not trying to not come down and not do the work I'm supposed to be doing. I said, but I'm hurt and I really can't get around, very well right now. So don't count me out. So my response from him was, um, oh, well, I hope you feel all right. I hope you're fine. And then I get an email from him saying, well, you've been dropped from the program. And I'm sitting there staring at the computer going, dropped from the program? What program? You didn't do anything. You never did anything. You didn't do anything for me. You did nothing for me. The only organization in Tacoma that helped me was Pierce County Veterans Bureau, and I want to shout them out because they're the only ones that did anything for me, anything at all, anything. All I ever got from the rest of these places was get a job, duh, and a bunch of platitudes and a bunch of crap. So now that I'm actually in Maryland. I'm very, very near Washington D.C. actually. I am going to see if there's someone I can speak to. You can go down to Congress. You can sit there. You can actually, a lot of people don't know, House of Representatives, Ways and Means Committee, whatever. It's got to be somewhere that I can speak. And I'm going to tell them that the people in Tacoma, Washington are embezzling the grants that they're giving them because they're not helping anybody. The only person they'll help is they'll take some white person with schizophrenia guy off the street, clean him up, give him medication about for, and then they'll help him, but they won't help anybody else. You know, they don't know how to use their resources. And also, I mean, it's not just sour grapes. I mean, I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I had a son who could afford for me to stay, and I got to do something about this. Um, to stay in a hotel for a while. I had actually resources and I had somewhere to go. Now, if I hadn't had anywhere to go and hadn't had any resources, then it's no telling, where I'd be right now waiting on them to help me. They didn't do anything. And that's why I couldn't figure out that email from Clarence. I'm like, you're dropping me from the program. What are you dropping me from? You haven't done anything. I mean, it's like this guy next door, over here saying, well, I'm not gonna, give you a place to stay and I'm not gonna give you any food. And, I mean, you've done nothing for me. So you're not taking anything away. And I guess I was supposed to bust out crying. But I emailed her back and I let her know I'm going to talk to somebody. And when I emailed her back, um, I just let her know. I just let her know that this is going to stop because they don't help anybody. They don't do anything. They're embezzling the government's grants and money that they're sending them. I don't know what they're doing with it. I mean, and the thing that really amazes me is that they wouldn't even hire me. I wanted a job. That's all I wanted. I didn't want a handout. I didn't want any welfare. I just wanted a freaking job. And they wouldn't even give me a job. I applied. They talked to me for about 10 minutes. They scheduled my interview at 11:30, knowing that their blood sugar would be down. They want to hurry up with me and eat. The white man in front of me was there 40 minutes. I know because I was there really, really early, and I was there, um, and he was in there almost 40 minutes. So, and I bet you he's the one that they hired. So, but that's all right though. Everything happens for a reason. So, and I'm gonna do something about that too. But I just had so much stuff, on my mind and everything. I waited till I got here to do my mammogram and all that stuff because I just could not deal with it, right then because they always see something. There's always calcium deposits. I always have to go back again, and I just could not deal with losing, my cat and them letting me down about the apartment and all that stuff. I couldn't deal with all that and the mammogram stuff, so I just saved that. Um, let me see. I'm getting pretty close now. I think it's like 40, 45, 46. I'm going to stop. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to watch this one to see what the light and everything looks like, but I'm not going to watch all of them. I'm going to wait till I upload them before I watch them all. So Here I am from Maryland.